Good afternoon. The video is going to be on hopefully what is going to be parked in your driveway next, 2003 Chevy Suburban. This video is going to highlight interior features so you know what you're getting. I'll back up here a second. Got the split top, separate open glass and hatch, so you know you're not getting the barn doors, which I don't really like. The reason why we went with the Suburban versus a Tahoe or a shorter Yukon was just for the fact of hauling around too much stuff, I guess. Got 3 kids, one on the way, but as you can see in there, that's actually a double stroller. A single stroller gives you another foot or so, but double stroller fits in there pretty nice, where you can still fit usually bags. When we go hauling stuff around, bags on top and bags on the side, or groceries fit. 24 pack and go grocery shopping fits on the side pretty well, and will fit in the back section too, so there's usually plenty of space even when you do have a lot of it occupied by a stroller. Backside it does have a plug. We personally use that for an inverter. If we go in places and have the crock pot in the back, we can keep things warm, so that's pretty nice to use it as that feature. I also used a extended USB/ plug-in and ran it up to the front to keep kids' DVD players and other portable devices charged, and that worked out pretty well, but at least there's an option for the third seat passengers to plug something in if need be. Cubby hole on the side gives you plenty of room. There's the inverter I was talking about, and then hitch and wiring adapter, and there's still a little bit of room for if you want to finagle something else in there. Speaker in the back, there's no storage over here because that's for your rear AC and stuff is actually tucked in under those pieces. And then cubbies for, now you have bungee straps and some tools. Thankfully I've never had to use them, but they're just in case. Another storage for the third row anyways while we're back here looking at it. Not much else to highlight in the back aspect, except there's a hitch you're getting. That's the backup light blaster that I highly recommend. I do not know if I need that for my next vehicle, but certainly I have person I get those from for a decent price, so hopefully if you want or need that, we can work out a deal in that regard. We'll go check out these second and third row areas. We have, hopefully I can not zoom out. Second row is captain chairs, which were pretty ideal for us, so we could sneak back here and take care of the rear passengers. Then, as you can see, a storage area and cup holder, same thing on this side. Back row does come out, I think fairly easily, but it's not like it's a stone go or some of the new push button flip downs. Obviously this is a 2003, not something that new, but at least it comes out if you don't need that seat, or if you want to get it out and have extra storage and throw everyone up in the middle, that works out good too. Just wanted to highlight how easy, sorry if I'm not getting much in view, but there we go, that flips there. That easily flips up if you need to do this on every basis. And while we're back here, I'll highlight this in a second, but those are where I ran some extra RCAs if you want to hook up an auxiliary. This Suburban, they didn't categorize them as there was just LSs and LTs. If I had to put a mark on this, I'd put it almost as an LT3 because it came with every available option except for the factory overhead DVD player. So I got one, I put it in, have not had any problems except for the LEDs on it. For some reason on this model, just never wanted to work, but DVD player has worked flawlessly every time. It also has a USB and SD card slot on top, so if you have your audio instead of a DVD player, if you have your or excuse me, your media formats on that, you can use that as well. The screen is not overly huge, but it's still bigger than, I believe, the factory size, which is pretty nice if you're back here, third row. It's plenty big so you can see what's going on, but at the same time, middle row people, it's not overly big and in their face. So it's pretty nice. Sound-wise, you can use the IR infrared wireless headphones. I've only have one, but easily purchase more. I think they're about 12 bucks on eBay, so I wasn't not going to break the bank on that one. Or it can also use, it plays over the radio, which there's a way to finagle you listening something else up front, and your headphones can plug in back here, and that's what we do sometimes as the middle person. The two boys in the back don't really need to hear the audio, and they don't really care. But the girl in the middle here, she can still listen to whatever's playing. You do have the, try to finagle this so you can actually see. You have the controls for rear heat and air up front if you wish to control them, or you can set the controls so the back passengers can control them. Try to open the door and get some. Not sure why it's looking so dark in here, but. And then also has the radio, well, like I said, the air and heat controls, and then also the radio controls for both the volume and, if you wanted to, people back here can listen to a CD or a radio separately and control it, while you up front would have to listen to the opposite thing, but at least it gives you options. Some pockets in the back, obviously, if you could see that. Flip down cup holder with a plug-in right there. That's a runner I got at Fleet Farm. That's saved me from a lot of vacuuming. Definitely worth it, otherwise it just has the cloth floor mats. Trying to think. Something I did do was put that light that has the touch buttons for additional light back here. That was actually up there. It doesn't make any sense why Chevy wouldn't put that back here for the passengers back here in case they want their own light, instead of you having to turn on all the interior lights to get that. But I'm not an engineer, so not for me to understand. While I'm over here, I'll highlight the passenger seat. No rips and tears on the leather on this side. Looking pretty good, even on this armrest. Wasn't highly used, maybe. Controls up and down on this section. This controls the back and forth on this section, and then this is actually lumbar and bolstering of the side, which is a pretty neat feature. And then also on this side you have your heated seat controls, power locks and windows. Take a gander over to the driver's side. And while we're at the door, you have two preset memories, so driver 1, driver 2, it'll set your seat and your adjustable pedals to a preset to the set position, which is pretty nice. You don't have to get in and adjust it. Boom, button done. Your two buttons for your heated seat, obviously locks and mirrors and everything else there. While we're on this side, same kind of controls for the power seats. The only problems with the leather at all is, I think, pretty good. I've seen way worse for a vehicle that's 11 years old. This is the only bad spot on getting in. Otherwise, there's, I mean, obviously not brand new looking, but there's no rips or tears actually, where you sometimes otherwise see it. And I don't know, previous passenger must have really liked their armrest, because that's the only other spot that's kind of bad. I really don't use it, so I usually keep it flipped up. A couple cup holders, big spots to fit all kinds of junk, just what everyone needs. Two outlets. I always kind of forget, it doesn't really matter. One of these was actually obviously for a tape player. That is obviously, I think, kind of worthless this day and age, but hey. That's why there's two cubby areas, and then another cubby area right there, where the remote for the DVD player is. This is the Bose in-dash 6 CD player. Pretty nice sound. Speakers everywhere besides the front doors. I think have 2 apiece. There's a overhead tweeter here, and there's another one, these tweeters in the back overhead, and then more speakers in the way back, obviously. Digital dual climate control, so it's obviously you can have different temp versus your passenger, which is always nice because your passenger never seems to like the same temperature. And just like the back controls too, this has an auto feature, which is kind of nice. You set the temp and it keeps it at that. It works pretty well too if you like that kind of feature. See if we can get that to be a little lighter. Apparently not. The home link controls with 3 spots for garage doors and gates, as they put it in, but mostly obviously garage doors. Switch for the sliding moonroof, sunroof. 2 lights up front. Overhead sunroof will pop straight up if you want venting, or will come down a little bit and slide into the roof line. It doesn't slide back and stay exposed. It slides in, which is actually pretty nice too. Got actually the there goes sunglasses. The really nice vent shades with extended that way, and then still has that. Wow, I got things flying everywhere. That's adjustable. In case of one of those days you forget your sunglasses and the sun's in your eyes. Adjust this quick. That's what your cluster looks like. Radio controls on the steering wheels. And then your info center with gas mileage and trips and all kinds of plenty of fun stuff on the bottom. Your controls on the side. A couple other features to highlight is the mirror on this side is actually the chromatic, auto dimming chromatic mirror, which is pretty nice. So it dims all at nighttime driving, dims all glaring light that's coming in from your mirror. Another cool feature of this one is when in the middle position, press and hold down the right, that will both sides will automatically fold in, so when you're parking or in a tight spot, hopefully no one takes off your mirrors, press and hold the left again and then go back. I forgot to mention the push button 4-wheel drive over on this side. This does had from the factory towing package, I added the electronic brake control. I am not sure if I need that actual control, but my next vehicle is not a Chevy, so I don't need the wiring harness. So if the harness at least is something that interests you and I find out about the control, we'll talk about it at that point. Another spot to put all your junk. Just give me a moment. I'm trying to think if there's anything overly important. I think I'll highlight in the exterior video, but that's the antenna for the Viper remote start. One of the probably best features ever put in a vehicle. And I guess we can swing this around so you can kind of see what the view is when you're looking behind you. Otherwise, if there's anything I'm forgetting, I'm really, at the moment, actually found the window sticker. I always thought that was pretty cool to see, but I don't think there's anything else overly worth mentioning that's really needed. But I did have an auxiliary input that I bought that I never did get around to installing, so if that's something that interests you, I guess let me know that too. But usually we're pretty content with the CD or radio, but I know once in a while sure is nice to plug in your phone or iPod and play whatever music you want. So let me know if that's something that interests you. Get any questions, make sure you're giving me a call. Otherwise, hopefully this covers a lot of the things you need to know.